podcast. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody has a podcast.
And we back.
Yes, sir. We are, and I am D Hop. Be Unstoppable Media. BeUnstoppable1.com. Everybody has a podcast.
They do.
I'm D Hop.
Right.
I'm here with my guy, my counterpart.
The host with the most sauce. Little boy Blue. Mr. Rebel Robs himself. Rebel Rah.
His name right here.
Right.
But yeah, man, we here. We also, we like to open up the show with some fun and some laughter.
Right.
But today our topic, a little heavy, I would think. Touchy in some situations.
Yeah.
If you ask some people.
Definitely.
But we open up the forum for us to have a discussion, to hopefully start a discussion.
Give other people outlets to talk,
Right.
that might not feel like they have stuff available to them.
Right.
Just,
So, from our last episode, we had a lot of comments, we going back and forth with people. And one of the people was our good friend to the show.
My boy Monty Banks. Shout out my boy. But yeah, he had an entry, the topic / prompt or whatever it was. I'm gonna read it. It says, "Black children drown in depression and cannot even talk to their families about it." Short and sweet. I thought it was gonna be a little more, but it's just that how direct that is. It speaks for itself.
Yeah, definitely. And
I definitely agree with that. To not even to a certain extent. I feel that it's like being black, like So, yeah, just to get into it, like for example, like growing up, little black boys is you can never cry.
Mm-hmm.
It was always it was 1 to 3 answers, maybe even a little more. But you cry, I'll give you a reason to cry for, or you crying, why you crying? Let me give you a reason to cry for, or it's like you crying, I'm gonna cave your chest in, or whatever it was. It was like if you crying or showing some kind of weakness, in a sense, it was like some kind of punishment was put onto you, which was it. You don't even realize. Well, to me personally, I'm gonna speak me personally. I'm not even gonna say it generally, but I didn't even realize it. Like it affected me traumatically, like growing up, until you get into relationships or whatever, and your significant other, right? They'll hit you with the, why you never like show me your emotional side, or why you never emotional with me, or whatever, like you don't cry in front of me, whatever the situation is.
Right.
Then you got to think back, or when I think back, it's like, damn, it's like this shit was really installed in me as a kid. You're not supposed to be crying as a boy, not even like you're not supposed to be crying, but as a young black male,
right.
You're not supposed to be crying. You feel me? It show weakness in this, like growing up, like weakness and femininity, it's more acceptable now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even in my generation, I'm only 22, but being in my generation, we had that era where like they was not rocking with homosexuals. We're gonna be honest, So
right.
that was another like not incentive, but like jump to like not want to be feminine or weak, because it's like, damn, on top of me being a girl and being weak, it's like, damn, I'm also, you feel me?
I'm categorized.
Exactly, I'm categorized as this, and that's obvious. It's not even about like defending yourself, because even like I felt in high school, for example, I had a teacher, Mr. Feinberg, right? He's conscious. I'm gonna just say that he's a really eccentric person, but he's conscious. He knows what he's talking about. Extremely intelligent individual, right? But one day, like, he asked me, or he said something. He was talking about homosexuality specifically,
right.
And he was talking about like, oh, do you feel like you're a homophobe or whatever? I'm like, nah, I got family that's gay or homosexual. I got, and he was like, so when a person come to you and be like, oh, Raleek, you're gay, and do you get defensive, right? I'm like, no, I just be like, I'm not gay. He was like, so what's the point of you saying that though? Like, what's the point of even like acknowledging it unless you have some kind of negative connotation to being gay?
That's deep.
Right. And high school, you still kind of old, but you young. So it's like, damn, he opened my eyes to some shit where it's like, damn, I didn't even think of it that way. It's just, and it goes to show things I say all the time is life is about perspective. It's all about perspective. So I never saw it as me saying, like, me just literally saying the truth, which is I'm a heterosexual male.
Right.
Or not even saying I'm a heterosexual male, but
Just
denying exactly that I'm a
gay.
homosexual is kind of being homophobic to those that are. I never thought of it that way, and it opened my eyes, but it's crazy how femininity is like synonymous with showing emotions or saying how you feel, and obviously if it's a guy, heterosexual guy, anything feminine is relatively taboo. So you're not supposed to be doing anything that's not like the most machoist things, you know?
Right. So that's definitely truth to the statement.
Right.
Where when you're talking about don't cry as a youngster.
Yeah.
Why you acting like a girl? Stop crying. You know. So as a young child, 9, 10, 7, whatever age it is.
Yeah.
What do? How do you cope with that? You hold it in, you bottle it up.
Right. And then
so now you get to an age, you're 14, 15, 16, you out in the world, you open up to the world, so the world opens up to you a little bit. And these things is coming at you, but you're taught not to cry. Right? Hold it in. So what do? You hide, you go to a dark place.
Some people go to drugs, substance abuse, and
because you can't really go to your parent if you need to cry, because they already told you.
We don't do that. We don't do that shit.
We don't do that here.
Yeah. Right.
So it goes back to the meme, to what they're saying, like kids is being depressed and they have no one to talk to.
Right. And I feel like that depression leads to so many other things, like we just said, substance abuse, suicide, and it can even be like literally abusing or causing physical harm to others, like
or to yourself.
Yeah, it's like
self-inflicting pain.
Right. A lot of we're gonna talk about suicide, but I feel like that's a lot of like when people depressed, it's like that's the go-to thing. I feel like not that we forget, but we fail to mention sometimes. It's like, when you're depressed, you can also lash out at others. Like people think, all right, people that get bullied at home or mistreated at home, that's misdirected anger. So but when you're depressed, we don't really talk about being depressed and then like trying to kill somebody being depressed. They'll talk about being angry. Angry and depressed is two different things, you know. So it's like I said, perspective. So you have to bring that aspect into it too. Like some people might be depressed, and it's not to justify nobody's murder, stab, shooting, or whatever the act is, but sometimes it trails from that. Like sometimes it starts at being depressed or unhappy at home.
Right. I just think for one side of it, of perspectives, is that from a generation, from generation to generation to generation, you're told not to do something.
Okay.
So third generation in, you're told not to do this from the first generation. We have to figure out where we can disconnect that. We have to pull that plug. Reset it.
Facts. I agree with that.
Because from resetting, pulling the plug, we can start anew. So when it comes to generational things, passing things down, 1 generation, 2 generations, 3 generations, if you're told not to do something, right? At what point does that generation, or what point does the separation come? We have to have some time or another disconnect.
Right, now you gotta start over,
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's not even the same era, generation, time. Like, even if you want to, like, the police brutality was still, I feel, always there. But it's at a different level. On some real stuff, like, I don't even feel like, I feel like it's kind of off topic, but it's talking about kind of depression. But with like black people being abused by cops, it's just more, it's the fact that it's more cameras and social media now. Because I really feel like all this, obviously I don't know because I haven't been alive more than 22 years, but I feel like it's been going on more than 22 years, but it's just the fact that we didn't have the means to see it as easy as we do now.
No,
like,
that's
now
a
if somebody got beat up in Schenectady, say sorry, it's my clock out, my fault. But say Schenectady, for example, somebody got beat up. You live in New York, that's still New York, but you're not gonna find out until a week or two later. Now, if it happens at 5:50, March 31st, 2020, you're gonna figure it out or know by like 5:35. I mean, I'm wild, by like 5:55, and that's only because you probably don't have the person that posted it. Somebody gotta share it first, but it's still instantaneously, damn near.
Right. No, you're right.
Like
you're right, and that goes when you're talking about being depressed and social media and how things go from 0 to 60 so fast.
Nah, for real. It's the cruelty on social media. It's monsters, man.
It's so cruel. So if a person is depressed, right? They're going through something, and they can't talk to their father, or they can't talk to their mother, or they try to, rather, not they can't.
Yeah.
They try to, right? However,
because we're gonna assume that everybody,
right,
evil playing field.
The mother works 10, 12 hours a day,
right,
6 days a week, cooks, cleans for the house. You say the father works just as hard, or the older sibling,
right,
he's out running around doing what he needs to do for himself.
Yeah.
So now the other sibling, whoever it is, the child, is trying to get to the parent, trying to get to the sibling. Listen to me. I need you to help me with this. All right, give me a minute. Yeah, give me a minute. But to them, they doing what they need to do to provide
for you. Yeah, but you see it as like you're not trying hard, or not even saying you're not trying hard. You're not trying.
Right.
They see it as you don't care.
You don't care. They being, they pushing me off.
Yeah.
So now you go to the friends. Sometimes it's hard to go to a friend because, like, I don't want my friends to think of me like that.
Exactly. Not for real though. Facts.
Right. So now you know what? I'm just gonna go on social media and vent. Social media is so damn cruel.
Right.
It's a backlash.
Facts. You go there to get help or to just express yourself. Niggas, they violent.
Like, oh, you crying about that?
Yeah.
You crying? You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, where do I go? So it goes back to the whole topic. They can't go and speak to their family because of these reasons.
Right.
So now they go self-medicate.
Yep.
Right? They
abuse
themselves, right? All kind of things.
Physical harm.
So I think for the most part, I think we need what would be helpful. Now we need to.
Yeah.
Well, I think what would be helpful is these dialogues, discussions. Shout out to Charlemagne. He's definitely one of the first ones I know.
Right.
To bring this to.
So all right, just a question about the Charlemagne, right? So how do you feel? It's not questioning, but it's just to like kind of rebuke what you said. So how do you feel about?
I don't think it's review. I think it's rebuttal.
Rebut? Yeah, I got to rebut. Yeah, I'm wilding. But how do you feel, right, about? And we all know Eminem is not something that hood niggas. This is what we gonna call them. Hood guys, they praise. We don't really listen to him in the hood. I listen to him, one of my favorite artists. I'm not gonna. But to your demographic, right? Y'all don't really listen to him, especially that's what is being talked upon on social media, right? So. For a person like Eminem, right? He went through drug abuse, substance abuse. You could tell that it was something mentally not clicking with him because the way he was not attacking his mom, but the way him and his mom was going at it, right?
Right.
Or the way him and Kim, his baby mom, was going at it, or just the way he, handled a lot of situations in the past. Do you feel like the fact that y'all didn't rock with him, because I feel like he had that kind of outlet to. He was talking about kind of mental health, whether it was just like family problems or actual mental health, right?
I think. Go ahead.
Do you feel like? All right, my question would be, I just thought of it just now. Do you feel like it's because who it was coming from, or do you feel like whatever he was saying did not translate to the streets or just minorities as mental health issues? Like you get the question. Yeah.
Right. I would say. For me, listening to him back then, he wasn't saying I need help. It wasn't translating over to I need help. But we listen to it and we say, maybe in general, like, this dude is bugged out.
Right. Okay.
Right? So, and it goes back to what we saw about before, where men don't cry.
Right.
Right? So he didn't have no real outlet to be like, yo, mom, you hurt me when you did this in a safe environment and was being heard. Mm-hmm. Right?
It came off as backlash, lashing out, and just like,
disrespectful, like he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? So
it came off. It's about
but
tone
now,
and wording is everything.
moving forward, 10 years, 15 years later,
right?
And him maturing and us maturing as listeners, and just seeing the world from a different perspective.
Right.
Like, he needed help at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, before the time that we heard him, he needed help.
Right.
Because his childhood is what caused him to get to that point when he started rapping. To rap on raps.
Yeah, exactly.
So he needed help.
It's the anger and encyclopedias. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one.
It's the help he needed as a child, as a youth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's perfect example of our topic.
Right.
These kids don't have nobody. They don't have their parents to talk to.
Yeah, they don't have that outlet.
We say black kids, you know what I'm saying? But as we see with Eminem,
right. It's a general topic.
It's I think for the most part,
depression and all that.
Kids,
it doesn't have a color. Like, it doesn't have preference.
A generation or two below you is disconnected. It's a disconnect. That's why they always say bridging the gap, bridging the gap.
Yeah.
It's gonna always be a disconnect. At some point, if we can connect a little at a time, it's gonna help the depression and all these things, because just talking about it and talking to somebody that you care about, or talking to somebody that you feel care about you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's gonna change that.
Right. Facts. I agree with that. Damn, that's crazy. I just had a thought that you said. All right, so just to go about having an outlet and all that to just express your feelings. I really feel like, even if you want to go into the police brutality situation, RP all the angels that we lost due to misfortunate police misconduct and all that. But I feel like, even say if you want to talk about police officers, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of them, they became police officers. Not some of them, right? Or there are some, right, where they became police officers because they were bullied, using his power that he was anointed, from from us, if you really think about it, taxpayers,
definitely,
to abuse. And I don't like to say that because it's like, oh, you work for me, but but it's, in a nutshell, it's like, I kind of sort of pay your salary for you to come and beat me up in my hood. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, right? So it's more about them being traumatized from young, and it's not to justify it, because at the end of the day, what they're doing is crazy wrong. I've seen a girl, I seen a cop, one video, pull the guy's mask off and spray him with mace.
That's crazy.
Literally, the guy was standing here, or he might have been interacting, but it's a protest. I'm gonna be screaming, I'm gonna be yelling, I'm gonna be, but he literally, the cop did this quick too, but I feel like when it comes to that, it's a lot of past traumas and situations that police went through, whether it was with black people or not. But when you do come into this neighborhood where you coming from or whatever, a lot of cops, rather than being traumatized, they're also disconnected from us. They haven't been through what we've been through. So how can you come and police what, a neighborhood you have nothing to do with, in a sense where
culturally
you have no.
Culturally, it's a disconnect.
Like a black cop or a regular black guy gonna go down the street, I feel like we can see which ones sell drugs, which ones use drugs, and which ones are just chilling.
That's true.
Right? But a cop that has no premise of where we come from, and he's gonna every black guy is the criminal.
This is true.
And it's, like I said, just about how you was raised, and same way you installed don't cry. When I see somebody crying on the street, I see that as weakness. Mm-hmm. Not saying it is, but that's how I see it. Like I said, it was installed in me, whether it's wrong, right, or whatever. Right. I work on it as a person every day. Feel me? That's why I open up to people. I talk about emotions nowadays, But yeah, it's that like I said, it's that disconnect that we feel like it's weird because both parties go through stuff, right? Both the cops and then the minority, right? Or the black people. I'm gonna just say black people, right? Both the cops and the black people. But when we go through stuff, we see the other side. In my opinion, me speaking generally, but speaking by myself, my fault, not generally. I see the other side, right? But with the cops, it's like, if you're not living the straight and narrow like me, you're a criminal or you this, you feel me? That's another disconnect. It's the not knowing of where, like, come on, how you can't police a place you have no idea where is that, like, how can you be like, oh,
you don't know the rules of the jungle.
You don't know the rules of the jungle, how you gonna be the king? Like, I feel like it's 2 points, right? It's the fact that some of them could have trauma from prior experiences.
Okay.
And then 2 will be, it's a disconnect between the white cops, well, just cops in general, and then African Americans. Because if you want to get specific, you could say white cops because that's the ones. That's the ones who's killing us.
Right.
So how can you come to us and you talk about you scared, but like you signed up for this?
That's a whole fact.
You know? So it's like, I don't feel like being scared is an excuse to disarm your weapon or shoot your weapon.
Right.
Like, because like they literally, I don't know if they shoot at you, but they tase you and hit you with pepper spray. So you've been in situations where you literally was incohesive. Like you couldn't see anything. So how can you, and you still doing what you did, you passed, obviously, so you had to have some kind of fearlessness.
Right.
So a black person in this car doing this or yelling at you scares you. But the fact that you got sprayed with a mace or a police grade taser,
right,
and you can still jump up and walk away from that, come on, bro. I seen a little, like a girl get maced on a video. I don't know if you've seen it, but I just seen earlier today, a little girl was like, she got maced.
He's wilding. But
Crazy.
To tie it all in, the traumas from youth
Right.
resonate and are carried up into adulthood if it's not dealt with.
Right. I feel like whether you see it or not, subconsciously.
And I think for the most part, as a youth, looking to talk to somebody when that depression comes on,
Right.
nobody's there, they go internal. They go inside with it. And anytime a person goes inside with their traumas, their ill feelings, their anger, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it worsens.
Once it's the way it released, is going to be at its highest potential
Right.
of negativity.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where the suicide comes in at. That's where the self-mutilation, the cutting and all that, that's where that comes in at. The self-medication, you know, because now they can't talk to the parent, they can't talk to a sibling, they can't talk to the friend.
Right.
Social media is bad, is dogging them, right? So what do?
Facts. And you gotta think of it like those who don't have siblings, like, and don't have a father, like, or a mother.
Right.
It's the single household. You know, I feel like they hit the most, cause like if you don't got friends, you assed out. Really think about that. Like it's joke, like it's jokingly, but it's like it's serious. Like if
they say
mom or dad is not there, you got no siblings. It's
I
crazy.
I don't need a friend, but everybody needs somebody to talk to.
Right.
I believe that. So with that, I just believe when it comes to the depression thing, people need somebody. The kids, the youngins, they need somebody to talk to.
Right.
So with that, I would say keep trying to talk to somebody. If you talk
and don't stray away like that one person that's gonna try to help you, because it's gonna come. Because I don't know the exact saying, but they say like God come in like mysterious faces or different faces or something like that. But the first person that's gonna help you is probably gonna be like some homeless man or something.
It could be anybody.
It's crazy. Right? Like I've sat down. I didn't sit down and talk to somebody, but like a homeless person sat down like across from me or next to me or whatever the situation was, and we had a conversation about the book that I was reading, because I forgot to read it last night, so I'm reading it on the train going to school. He like, oh, that's that. I forgot, it was either Fahrenheit 451 or Asada. It was one of the two. I forgot which book it was. But he was like, oh, you reading that? I read that. however many years ago, whatever. But we connected on that kind of.
Right.
And I'm not saying I was having a horrible day, but it was I obviously wasn't having the best day. I didn't do homework last night. I'm probably fake running late.
Right.
But that even at first when he said something to me, I was egging him because I fake had my headphones on, but I still be reading with the
Yeah.
But you give him a chance, it's gonna be somebody like that where you would never expect for them to have some kind of impact on your life, and that's gonna be the one that's gonna have the biggest impact on your life.
Say you never know where the help is gonna come from.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need help,
Right.
accept the help.
Yeah.
That's what I say. If you feel like you need help, accept the
Just
help.
accept it. Yeah.
So
Whether you use it or not, just give that person a time of day because you never know how that person is feeling either.
true.
They could be like they literally could be on the brink of suicide or whatever, but they still got to go to work that day, right? So they coming to help you with their customer service. You being rude could either make or break their day with also helping you out. It's crazy. It's like I said, it's all about perspective. You never really know.
My man Travis Scott, man, he was talking about Kid Cudi.
Right.
And
oh yeah, just about dark times. That's why I guess he named himself Travis Scott. They both have Scott in their name.
Yeah.
I forgot Kid Cudi's actual name, but it's some variation with Scott in it. But pretty much he was like, yo, I was going through dark times, and Kid Cudi literally saved my life. And my name is homage to him in the highest way possible. It's my name. It's his name is my name, and I think his Travis is his uncle.
Yeah,
Scott is Travis is Kid Cudi's name.
His last
So
name,
his two
something like that.
biggest inspirations in life is his name, and that's dope to me. So like we said, just accept that help. You're not in this by yourself. Like you're not in this alone. It's kind of hard because even like I was saying, it's kind of hard for me like to be empathetic to certain people because like I've been through so much myself. And I haven't let it break me,
Right.
And I'm only 22. I have so much life to live. I don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow, for real. But as of today, like nothing has really broke me. Even if I smoke occasionally, if I drink, it's never to like suppress feelings.
So like he said, we definitely not here alone. We definitely
Right.
not out here alone.
Facts.
We hope that this discussion starts a discussion.
For real.
Help somebody.
Help somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
You just need to talk, man. Just get it out.
If you need help, seek help. We're
Right.
gonna actually leave a hotline number across the screen right now. And we're gonna drop a couple links in the description. So with that said, man, be safe.
Right.
And I guess that's it, man. Just be safe and know that somebody's out there for you, man. You all love.
Right, you all love, but for those, like, subscribe, and comment, my fault.
Definitely, please.
Yeah, and we're gonna put my YouTube here too. Shout out to my YouTube.
This guy. But yes, please like, subscribe, comment.
Right.
Let us know, what you think about the show, what you think about the topic.
Right.
And if you have some topic that you want to discuss.
Tell us your story or something that was traumatizing to you. Maybe if we don't read it on a comment, we could even share it on our next episode. We have an installment of just like
definitely
stories of fans.
That's a fact. So with that said, like I said,
signing off.
Be safe. You are loved.
Right.
I am D Hop. Be Unstoppable One. Be Unstoppable Media. Everybody has a podcast.
They do. R3bel Rah.
God.
We out. The host with the most sauce.
Podcast. Everybody has a podcast. Everybody has a podcast.